What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Growing Up Fish. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to one of my favorite fish in the entire world, the cichlid flowerhorn. And I happen to have one. Its name is Apocalypse, and in just a few seconds, I'm going to tell you all the things that you need to know to make sure that your fish is healthy, to make sure that your fish is growing, and to make sure that you're happy and you're enjoying your fish. So stay tuned. So this is Apocalypse. Look at the camera, baby. Look at the camera. Oh, such a good boy. Beautiful fish. He's about a foot long. And like I said, I've had him for about 2 years now. And some of the things that I've noticed about this fish is that they grow extremely fast. They are extremely aggressive. As you can see, nothing else is in here with him except for, and I don't even know if it's a boy, but you know, it's whatever I want him to be. And yeah, so there's nothing else in the cage with this big guy because he's so aggressive. And so that's the thing about these fish here, is if you are thinking about getting a flowerhorn, just know that it's gonna be aggressive. Now, I have seen videos on YouTube that have, you know, multiple flowerhorns in one aquarium, but I've tried it and it just didn't work out. So I got this guy from a fish store in Charlotte, and I mean, he was such a little guy. I mean, he was like a little small flowerhorn. I mean, and I was like, okay, this is such a cute fish. And I read up a little bit about him, and you know, I knew that he was gonna be aggressive. You know, did I believe it? Not really, because I was like, okay, it's a cichlid. The cichlids, you know, are aggressive a little bit, but nothing, you know, beyond what this guy showed us. So yeah, he started off actually in the tank with fish like this, which are my parrots. This is a community tank full of parrot cichlids, and I have some roseline sharks in there. I have some danios. I also have other miscellaneous fish, some other cichlids, convicts, mollies. All right, so let's get back to Apocalypse. So he was in a tank similar to that, kind of like a community tank, and I actually just fed him. So that's what he's trying to devour. And I think I may actually start getting some food that drops down instead of floats at the top, because I just was looking at another YouTube video, and they were saying that it could create health issues because of air getting into their body. So that'll be something I have to research a little bit more. But for now, I feed him the floating cichlid pellets. And I also feed him bloodworms, frozen bloodworms. And I also feed him some floating, like, bulb. I don't even know what the name of these things are, but they make the fish really, really pretty. It's this. There we go. They all go crazy. They just all just ran over here. They didn't run, but they swam. All right, so this is what I feed all of my parrots actually. The blood red parrot plus, and you can see they're all going crazy because they're all hungry, maybe a little bit. They're always hungry. They're always hungry. They never stop wanting to eat. They're always hungry. All right, so Apocalypse, as I was saying, is aggressive. So good luck if you do try to put anything else in the aquarium with him or with it. This is a 75-gallon tank, and I think he's good. You know, I think he's kind of reached capacity. Maybe his cock, which is what's on top of his head, is gonna get just a little bit bigger, but for the most part, I mean, he's fully grown. I mean, he's about the size of my hand here. Come here, buddy. Look at that. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful, right? It's crazy. 2 years old. So They're very interactive fish. As you can see, he kind of just loves to just swim beside you. And look at that. Loves the camera and comes up close and all that great stuff. I mean, he's a beautiful fish. I would say that his colors right now are a little dull. It could be the light as well, but normally he's a little bit brighter, so maybe I need to work on feeding him something that's gonna brighten him up. Put a smile on the scales, I guess. Put some light on the scales, rather. But you see, you know, sometimes he's a little bit darker than what he is, which means he's really happy. And he's actually kind of darkening up now because he just finished eating. So maybe I did just make him happy.
Well, since you're still around, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's only allowing more people to see the video like you.
All right, so this is a beautiful fish, right? I mean, you cannot go wrong with picking a flowerhorn, but just know that they are aggressive. They have to stay in an aquarium by themselves. I've tried it. He ate all the other fish before I figured out it was him eating the other fish. And they are predators. I mean, they are really true predators. What I also feed in here sometimes, like maybe once a month if I'm taking a trip and I know that I won't be able to feed them, you know, every day, I'll put some goldfish in his aquarium. And like I said, I don't do that all the time because just the possibility of, you know, what could be in the goldfish and the health of that goldfish, you know, so it's a risk. But for the most part, he loves them. I mean, he goes all over this tank trying to chase those things. And normally I'll put some more like flower decorations just so they'll have some type of coverage to go into. But, you know, either way, they're gonna get munched up by Apocalypse. So I don't really sweat it too much. Now, you'll notice that the tank is very simple. I have some rocks in here and some driftwood in the back. Everything is definitely like not big. You know, like everything's down because he's so big and he's so powerful and he doesn't know his own strength. And sometimes he either like, you know, dodges like a bullet and could hurt himself, which that has happened, or, you know, look at that. And he just runs into the side of the glass. So what is in his tank is a very simple rendition of, you know, what I would recommend in a flowerhorn's tank, just because they are really aggressive fish, and when they hunt, or if you do put things in the aquarium, they will chase it and they could possibly bump their head and they could scar up. This guy has scarred up even when I tried to put, you know, as I do his water changes, I use a bucket, and sometimes the sand, you know, goes into the bucket, and I have to put the sand back into the bucket when I refill the aquarium. And, you know, I had to block off the aquarium because he's so aggressive and he may bite me, literally, that I have to block it off so that he doesn't injure himself when I'm putting the sand back into the aquarium. Because one time, he was just so aggressive, he tried to beat the bucket up. I mean, and he had a big old scar on the side of his, well, really in the front of his cock there. And that was pretty scary. So I ended up having to put some salt in there to kind of add him that extra layer of protection. Hey, Apocalypse. Hey, buddy. Yes, we all see you. We all see you. You're beautiful. We know. We know you're beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful. All right. So, you know, besides just doing water changes and really making sure that you're giving him, you know, some great things to eat and entertaining him a little bit throughout the day, you know, it's pretty simple. He's a pretty hardy fish. I don't really worry about the pH levels and all that stuff. I just make sure that the water has no ammonia. And this tank, like I said, has been up for 2 years for him. So we moved him into this tank. Like I said, when we found out he was the predator, eating all the other fish and all my other cichlids. But you know, so far so good. This guy has not given me any problem. I do put some driftwood that I just allow to float, just to kind of add that security to him. You know, he gets scared a little bit sometimes too and startled, but he's a gorgeous fish. Really, really gorgeous fish. And as you can see, I do kind of keep his temperature, that's lying, a little bit higher than that. So this will give me an accurate reading. So about, you know, close to 90 degrees. So it's maybe about 80, 84 degrees. Yeah, look at that. He comes right up to you, say hello. He's like a killer whale. Trying to get the, yeah, so I try to keep the water temperature relatively high. These fish are from Malaysia, and I think they're bred with multiple other cichlids to create what you see here. And I think he just does much better in warmer water. You know, some people may say, oh, your water's too high. Well, he's been living in this thing. He hasn't he hasn't fried to death, or he hasn't, you know, he hasn't been gasping for air, so he's fine. I try to keep my tanks, especially my cichlids, temperature a little bit higher, just because they're prone to, you know, catch egg, you know, when the water temperatures are low. Isn't that beautiful? Aren't these fish beautiful? Let's go up here and see. Let's see if they'll come up. I know what'll make them come up. You guys know what'll make them come up too. Some food. So let's grab some food and we can give you guys a quick show while Apocalypse is over there doing what he's doing. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to feed my fish here. All right, here we go. Look at this. Oh wow. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Oh wow. All right, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love cichlids. Like, they were my first fish of choice. And then we saw this guy, and we was like, okay, we gotta get him. Man, it was just a magic moment. Give me a kiss. Yeah, he's a great kisser. Look at that. All right, guys, so hopefully this video has been helpful. Like I said, it's not really hard keeping these fish as long as you keep their water clean, you give them food, and you allow them to grow. Have at least a 75-gallon tank for these guys. And for the most part, they are going to be loners, and that's okay, you know? At one point in our life, we were loners too. And look where we are. Some of us.
Well, hopefully you took away something from the video, and if not, at least you got to see Flowerhorn up close, right? Well, until next time, remember to subscribe to the channel, like, and comment below. I always love to hear from you guys. Until next time, I'll see you soon.